Good afternoon, everyone. Hi, this is Charu here, and I'm back again with another technique for you. Today, I'm going to talk about sentence formation and paragraph writing in brief. This technique would make it easier for your children to form sentences, and it's quite interesting. So, I'm going to take you straight to the technique. This is technique number 4. And before I start, I would like to thank Kamal sir, who gave me this opportunity of being a part of this ABC initiative. Okay. So I hope it's clear and you're able to see what's on the board. So let me talk about what stretching a sentence is. Okay, this is very simple. Now there are certain WH questions which we use to form a sentence or to stretch a sentence, that is, make it longer. Now these are who, what, when, where, why. Now these questions, they act as a catalyst and an aid and a cue for children to know what they can write to form a sentence. Now suppose I give the child some okay, so I give the child these three words, the friendly dog. Okay, now this is just a part of the sentence. Now next the child has to use his imagination, but you can tell him, okay, so what do you think the friendly dog did? So what? So you make a column for what, and in this case I've just given an example. The friendly dog wagged his tail. Next is when. So when did he wag his tail? The friendly dog wagged his tail when he saw the baby. So next you can say, where do you think he saw the baby, or where do you think he saw the baby and wagged his tail? The friendly dog wagged his tail when he saw the baby in the park. And why do you think he wagged his tail? The friendly dog wagged his tail when he saw the baby in the park because he was happy to see the baby. Now, whenever we are using why, there's always a because which follows in the answer. So that makes it easier. So the first sentence is the friendly dog. Now this is also called the topic sentence, which is the main, we're talking about the dog. And your finished sentence also has the same topic mentioned again about the friendly dog. So in this case, and you don't have to always, in case the child is younger or is not able to do so many questions, just pick up a few like who, what, when. Do two at a time. You don't have to do all of them together. The sentence can even end at the friendly dog wagged his tail, full stop. The friendly dog wagged his tail when he saw the baby. So take it further only when you know that your child is able to understand and stretch the sentence. Okay, now for paragraph, okay, one more, I just want to show you this for children who are smaller. Okay, what you can do is, you can make any fruit or anything you want to talk about. This is information giving sentences. Okay, so I ate a strawberry. So then you ask the child to stretch it. So I ate a describing word, big strawberry. Then I ate a big red strawberry. And when did you eat it? I ate a big red strawberry for lunch. This is fun for smaller children, and when you kind of do it on a picture, it is very interesting for them. Okay, now we all know, I'm sure everybody knows, that a sentence has a subject and a predicate. Now, what is a subject? A subject is the subject is what the sentence is all about. And what is the predicate? The predicate tells us what the subject does or is. Usually it will have an action word or a verb. Now I've just drawn something here which says complete the sentence, and I've written on one box it's subject and predicate, and I've stuck some post-its. So the first one is an example. My class, which is the subject, took a trip to the zoo. Took a trip to the zoo is the predicate. Now what I have done is, in the second one I've given the bus, which is the subject, and I have left an empty post-it for the child to fill in the predicate. Can be anything. The bus was going very fast, or the bus was late, or anything, whatever the child wants to, or the bus was red in color, describing the bus. Anything, it just depends on the child's imagination. Then what I have done is I've taken another post-it and I have left the subject empty. And for the predicate, I have written hung on the walls. Hung on the walls. So the child has to write the subject, which will have a noun, like the paintings hung on the walls, or anything, whatever the child can think of. And you can keep adding post-its as and when the child wants to do the activity, and you can do this in a book. So one time you give the subject, one time you give the predicate, and help the child make sentences. Okay, now I'm going to come to this something called paragraph writing. Now paragraph writing is very simple. The basic rules of paragraph writing are, okay, first I'll tell you what it is broken into. Now a paragraph is broken into a topic sentence, okay, and a supporting sentence. You have to have a minimum of 3 supporting sentences and a closing sentence. As you can see on the board, I have drawn a hamburger. You'll find this even, I'm sure you must have seen it online, and because it's used very frequently to explain paragraph writing. So what is the topic sentence, which is the first layer of the hamburger? The topic sentence basically tells you about the main idea, okay? Now in this you can even give the child a picture, okay, of anything, maybe a fruit or the park, or any what the child wants to do. So here I have taken, I'm talking about my sister. So I have said my sister is the greatest. Now what happens in supporting sentences? The name itself tells you that the sentences need to support the topic sentence or the main idea, which is sister in this case. So I've written, she helps me with my studies, that is detail 1 of the burger. She buys me chocolates, detail 2, and she plays with me and reads to me, that is detail 3. So I have given 3 sentences which prove that my sister is the greatest. They are supporting my topic sentence or what I feel. Then the closing sentence has to be similar to the opening sentence. That means it has to have the same main idea mentioned as in the topic sentence. So I have concluded by saying my sister is the best. That ends my paragraph. Now if you want to start a new paragraph, it has to be done with a new person coming in or a new topic, and that's when you start with the next paragraph. Okay, now the important things to remember. Okay, how to write a paragraph. Always start on a new line. Now indent the first line. If you see, I have started the first line from a little bit, I've left a little bit of space and started the topic sentence. That is called indenting. Then write a topic sentence which is the main idea. So topic sentence, my sister is the greatest. Now write at least 3 sentences that support the main idea. That is your supporting sentences. And then is your closing sentence. Also you need to keep in mind your punctuation, your the sequencing, how to write, or the capital letters. Everything has to be grammatically correct. So I think that's it for today. This is how you stretch a sentence, and it's a lot of fun. You give a lot of pictures to the children and you tell them, okay, now You know, let's see. And you can even play it as a game, you know, make the children sit in a circle and give the first, the friendly dog to one child. Now, ask the next one, what do you think the friendly child did? So the friendly child wagged his tail. Again, the next one. Like that. The children have a lot of fun, and it can be a game you can even play in birthday parties. It's actually a lot of fun. Okay, so thank you. That's all for today. I hope this is going to be helpful, and I shall be back again next week with another technique for you. And once again, thank you, Kamal sir. I would not have been able to do this without your support.